This is developer log 0 of City Clash. In this series, I'm going to go behind the scenes of how we're building this project, what we're doing, and so hopefully you learn something from it, and maybe you can learn how to create an NFT project yourself, or just at least learn some of the details that will be helpful to you in the process. So in this first video, I'm going to share what this idea City Clash is, what we're doing, and what this whole thing is about. And then in the later videos, we'll go into more details and maybe some of the technical things or even some of the marketing things and how we kind of built this project to be what it is. The time that I'm recording all this is in the past. Like today is actually December 21st, but you won't see this video till after we have launched City Clash. So you'll be able to go and actually see the whole project, what we built, and hopefully it went well and it was successful. And the reason that I'm doing all these kind of behind the scenes videos and releasing them later is because I think that the NFT ideas, at least in the market right now, the idea is actually pretty important because, there's a lot of things being done for the first time, and we don't want our idea just to be stolen because I'm making these developer logs. There are 3 of us working on this project. Me, I'll be working on a lot of the Web3 stuff and probably just bouncing around a lot. Ben, he's been a web dev for like the last 12 years, so he's really good at design, so he'll be actually creating our NFTs and a lot of the visuals and the front end stuff. And then Drew, he has a lot of experience with data, and so he's kind of collecting all of our data, and he'll also be doing a lot with the Discord. And so together, I think we can really pull this off to make a really good NFT project. So what is City Clash? We wanted to use some new mechanisms that have never been done before, at least as far as we know, in the NFT space, and really do some new interesting things with NFTs. And so we're making a game. It's going to be a really simple game where you really just have to hold an NFT. But what's really going to be cool is there's going to be different factions, 3 factions, where the factions have to work together to try to kind of help their team win. And the winning faction will receive, we haven't decided yet, but a pretty high percentage of secondary sales that happen, on OpenSea. That kind of reward will then go to the winning team. So it incentivizes the teams to work together to try to win the game and continually win so that they'll receive the majority of the reward. With City Clash, we're going to have 2,000 NFTs, and each NFT is going to be a city. We're going to pick these cities based on GDP and population. So you can imagine we'll have, maybe some the bigger cities, some cities in the US, cities all over the world, just the biggest cities really, the 2,000 biggest. And then each city is going to have a number of points that they'll be worth in the game. So you could imagine New York City, it could maybe be worth 30 points because it's a pretty big city. And then maybe a smaller city like Seattle will have 12 or something like that. And so then all these points will add up in a country to where maybe the US is worth 200 points, let's say. And so all the teams will be fighting to own the different cities to add up to have more points than the other teams. And so say the red team, if it has around 100 points and the other 2 teams only have 50 points, the red team will have the most points, and so they'll get all the points for the US. And so there's 170 countries in the world. And you can kind of imagine all the teams will be kind of fighting for the different countries to see if they can get the most points and then own all the points for that country, which will then go towards their total count. And so it'll be this kind of really interesting game where the teams have to work together. They have to kind of talk with each other, decide okay, which city should you buy, which one should I buy, so that we can now own the most points. And it will make certain NFTs more valuable and less valuable based on what's going on in the entire game because people are trying to get those points. And so I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens and how people play this game. Now, on top of all that, we're going to have a really interactive website where people can discover the cities, they can discover the NFTs, they can kind of find opportunities that make sense for their team to go and buy those NFTs. And it's just going to be a really cool experience. And so, yeah, that's pretty much City Clash in a nutshell. Hopefully that all made sense. And as we go along and talk more through some of the details, hopefully it continues to even make more sense. But yeah, I'm really excited for this project. I think it's gonna be really cool. And so hopefully you follow us along and go ahead and check out, because like I said, if you're seeing this, we already launched the project. So go check out the website, see how the mint and the launch did, and it'll be really cool to kind of follow along with the rest of this developer vlog. Thanks for watching.